so this next idea is you are going to need one of these big jars. I'm actually spray painting the lid right now, and I will show you what it looks like. So grab one of these and let's do this project together. Okay, so for this jar, I painted the jar lid red. It came out really nice. And then what you are going to need is a cutout of either, I went online and I Google searched vintage Christmas cookie jar, and I made it to the size that I wanted. However, I'm not sure if I want to use this image or if I want to use this image. I think this one might be a little bit too big. So I might just go with this image. Now, you can actually go to different websites for these and print these online. The store that I saw this in, this antique booth, as I was fixing my booth, so it was in my area, I saw this and I was like, $29.95, no. But I know why now, because they had, what they used was all antiques inside the jar. So I can see why they had to charge that much for that. So you want to do your cutout of this image to actually fit in front of the jar. And as you can tell, of course, mine's a little bit too big, so I'm going to cut around these some of this red, I think, because I really want to use this image and I already printed it, so I'm a little bit disappointed that I can't use the entire thing like I wanted. But you know what, sometimes you got to improvise and make things work. Much better. I think it's gonna work. Okay, so yes, so this image will work. So I am going to use some Mod Podge only on the back side, and I'm gonna adhere this to the front of my jar. Let's do that together. Oh, and of course I forgot my paintbrush, so I will be using my finger. I'm not running back down to go get my paintbrush. I ordered my Mod Podge online, but I also know they sell this at the Dollar Tree if you just want a little bit of it to do this project. This is something that could be for your countertop. I mean, the person at the antique store was selling hers because of what you put inside. Something you can put on your countertop, or you can actually give as a gift. Now, if you want to do this for yourself but reuse your jar for something else in the spring or whatever, I would suggest that you just use some double-sided tape, just like the Scotch Brand or whatever, something that would be easy for you to take apart if you want to use it again. But I think this is going to come out so cute that you will not want to do that. Okay, so I washed my jar a few times. It does no longer smell like pickles. And I am going to take my image and I am going to put it in the front of my jar. You can lay it on its side if you want to. There is a line here, so don't do what I did. Make sure you measure that so you can actually have your image fit on your jar and you won't have to make it smaller. So I'm just going ahead and using my fingers and adhering my little sign to my jar. Look how simple and fast that was. So then what I'm going to do is, I do have some vintage, and that's what the lady had in her jar. She had vintage cookie cutters. I do have an entire bowl as well, but I want to use these somewhere else. So what I decided to do is, I had purchased, oops, sorry for the crackling bag, but I want to show you, I purchased a whole bag for $2. And what you do, some of them are not Christmas, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in there. And I love that these are colorful. So right now at the Dollar Tree, they're selling some of the plastic cookie cutters. And you could just go ahead and fill up your jar with all of your cookie cutters. So it's like, I don't know what that is. I do have some bunnies and moons and all kinds of cookie cutters in this bag here. But like I said, I really want to use my vintage one for something else. So I'm just dropping it inside no matter what the look is. But if you want to give something like this as a gift to someone for the holidays, you can actually go ahead and do that. I'm going to save the Christmas tree to place. Oh, this one won't even fit. And I'm going to put the star there. What is this? There's other stuff in this bag. I didn't even check the entire bag. Some vintage cake decorating items. Okay. So what you do is you fill up your jar with Christmas cookie cutters, and then you just simply place your lid on, and then you go ahead and decorate it. I'm going to use this crystallized sugar-coated looking ribbon that I got from Walmart. It was $2.58, so I want to go ahead and use some of this. And I am going to make a bow. I don't want the things to be too long. Now I'm just going to go ahead and make a bow. You can take this, leave it on somebody's porch. What a great gift to give to someone before the holidays. Alexa interrupted us. So what you do is you can leave this on a porch for somebody, and what a great gift to give. If you want to do a smaller jar and place it on everybody's table setting for something different this year, for a little gift instead of an ornament, so everybody can take a jar home. Whatever you feel like doing, I think it's a great idea. You can send a small jar of cookie cutters in a box with some sugar cookie dough that you can, that they can make themselves. Whatever you want to do. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to cut my ribbon at the bottom here. Then I'm going to take a longer piece. And with that, I'm going to tie my bow. If I can. So I'm just going to tie my bow with the ribbon that I just cut. Look how cute. I love this image. And all I do is I Google search these images, and then I copy and paste them so I can use them for my decor. Some of them have copyright, so you might want to double check that before you make copies to sell. So the next thing I'm going to do is I really want this to hang. So I'm going to go ahead and put my ribbon at the top. Make sure your jar lid is tight. You're going to tie your bow in the back of the jar, super tight. Since this is mine, I'm just going to tuck it in to the sides here because I made the tail super long. I was not thinking right. There you go. And with that, you can use either, if you want to do, since this one says holiday sweets, and you just, if you want to do a, the poor little gingerbread man, it's broken. If you want to glue a little ornament, or if you want to put in your Christmas ornament. Also, the other thing that you can do is you can print out your favorite recipe and attach your favorite recipe to the jar, especially if you're doing sugar cookies with all of the cookie cutters. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this recipe card here that I got online, and I just copied and pasted it because I knew I wanted to put this with this recipe card. I'm going to cut it up. But at the top here, I'm going to do a loop. And then I'm going to grab my jute rope and just adhere this to the cookie jar. What a great idea. I love it when I walk into a store and I get inspired to create items like this. Like I said, she wanted $29 for her jar. However, she did have all of these like different vintage cookie cutters. So I can see why her price was a little higher. Now, if you want to add a little bit of Christmas green to this, you can. I'm just grabbing one of these branches from the Dollar Tree. You've all seen these. I'm just going to add this to this like so. Add my recipe card, and you either have decoration for your countertop or a wonderful gift to give to someone for the holidays. On to the next.